I just want to tell you that there is hope because God is aware of the person that you are. Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you're doing good. As for me, I'm doing fantastic and I thank God. If you're new here, my name is Charity Mugeni and I make videos on faith, family and self-improvement. And so if you haven't subscribed up to this far, please do, because I would really love to have you be part of this. And in today's video, I'm gonna talk about loneliness, which is just some form of emotional or physical isolation. So as human beings, at some point in our lives, at least each one of us, we have experienced or we are going at some point in our lives to experience loneliness. This is just, I would just define it as physical or emotional isolation that we find ourselves in. This is usually maybe because of either our own personal decisions and choices that we have made that have pushed us to physical or emotional isolation, and hence we feel lonely. And basically these choices, as much as they are choices that we make as individuals, usually it's because of some kind of either traumatic experiences that we get through in our lives that pushes us to make such kind of decisions to just either physically or emotionally isolate ourselves. And when that happens, we tend to struggle with thoughts of fear or thoughts of self-doubt or thoughts of feeling not good enough or not being worthy. And that makes us even move further and further or deeper into emotions of isolation. So whether our situation has to do with self-isolation or we have been isolated, it is all circumstantial. That is all I can say. I just want to tell you that there is hope because God is aware of the person that you are, and He can identify with your feelings and with your emotions because He is your creator and He knew you even before you were created in your mother's womb. He knew you. So when you are feeling lonely or you are in this season of loneliness, just know that God is there. Probably right now you cannot find any person around you who can understand or empathize with your situation or empathize with whatever you are going through. But I just want to encourage you and let you know that God understands your feelings. You can be rest assured that wherever you go, God is right there with you. Right now, you might be feeling lonely. You might be feeling like there is no one who can identify with whatever you are going through or who can empathize with whatever you are going through emotionally. But God's promises are sure. Whatever has been put in the scriptures is true. You only need to believe that you are not alone wherever you are. Just knowing that you are not alone, knowing that God is right there where you are because He has given that promise, that will give you the strength and the ability to get through such a season of loneliness like this. So I don't know what circumstances that has pushed you into that place. You might have experienced difficult times in the past, but whatever you have gone through, always remember that you are here or where you are because God has always been right there with you. It is just that you have never opened your inner eyes to feel the presence of God in your life. So I just want to give you an assurance that is in the scripture, that for sure God is always right there with you. Let me just read for you this scripture in Psalms chapter 139 from verse 1 to 8, and you can be able to understand what I'm talking about. That for sure God is right there with you, and he identifies with your emotions and with your experiences. So let me just read. If you have a Bible, you can take it, and then we can look at this scripture together. "O Lord, you have searched me, and you know me. You know when I sit and when I arise. You perceive my thoughts from afar. You discern my going out and my lying down. You are familiar with all my ways. Before a word is on my tongue, you know it completely, O Lord. You hem me in behind and before you. You have laid your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me, too lofty for me to attain. Where can I go from your spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I go up to the heavens, you are there. If I make bed in my depths, you are there." So just take a listen at that psalm, and you can know that for sure God is always right there with you, even at this very moment when you're feeling so empty, so isolated, so alone and lonely. God is right here with you. You only need to believe that his presence is right there with you wherever you are. That as you go through seasons of loneliness, never forget that God's presence is right there with you. God is always with you. And of course, he will never leave you and he will never forsake you. So just take hold onto that faith as you walk through this kind of a season. So if you have watched this video up to this particular end, please just take a minute and give it a like, because that is a very powerful way of sending a clear message out there that you are in to support this kind of content. Thank you so much, and God bless you. See you in the next one. Bye bye.